Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Trenton Talks. And on this Trenton Talks, I'm going to be talking about what the fuck is going on with social media. I'm going to be talking about why I feel like social media isn't fun across various social media platforms anymore. And some ways I've been trying to step off social media. So without further ado, let's begin.
Niggas trending on
X. Oh boy, let's start this section because I have a lot to say about X. Now keep in mind, when I say X, I'm not talking about the former name Twitter. I am talking about how X is now. So let's start off with the blue check mark. Here's my main problem with this. Blue check marks, if you don't know, if you don't use X, will push your reply or your tweet that you make out to more people compared to people who don't pay money for fucking Twitter. Which, if you don't pay money for X, I'm sorry, I'll correct myself. If you don't pay money for X, I don't blame you. But what happens is that the blue checkmark people who buy it use it to game the fucking system and push their ideas, whether it's politics or whatever the fuck they want to say, out there, purposely make like the wildest statements that they ever fucking could just so they could get a paycheck. And so many people on the app fall for that type of shit. So many people will look at that and be like, oh, yeah, he is actually like 100% very, very right wing. And then we'll just go ahead and clown on him. And then that person gets fucking money. Like, you guys they get paid, by the way. If you have X Premium, you get paid to shitpost on Twitter. It's not a lot, but you get paid to do it, and that encourages more people to do it. But also, that's horrible because of what we're going to talk about later, which is another way people have been gaming the comment system and earning money. Let's go next with the toxicity on that platform. Holy fuck. Real quickly, I want to point out that the comments on this post is in reference to country singer Jelly Roll leaving X because of toxicity. You can pause and read them if you want to, but I think this is proving my point. I think the amount of people who are toxic on that platform can fill an entire fucking country with people be able to like live and have civilization. Cause holy shit, I know I'm swearing a lot already, but X irritates me. Okay, X just irritates me. You can literally tweet on X, "Hi, how are you? My name is Trenton. Nice to meet you." And you have 15 people in your comments telling you to fucking kill yourself. And I'm like, "Oh, okay. What a nice, group of people." And sure, sometimes the toxicity is needed. For example, all the Dream stuff that went down this year where Tommy Innit was going against Dream and Dream was just getting combated left and right. That's kind of when the toxicity is needed. And it wasn't even that toxic when that was happening anyways. Uh, it's horrible on that platform because even, and this goes for both sides, both political sides. Left heavily attacks right on that platform, and right heavily attacks the left on that platform to the point where everyone's bickering and arguing with each other to the point where it makes your day fucking miserable for just spending 5 minutes on X. Okay, next let's go with AI comments. This is another way that people have been using the blue checkmark to game the system. Some Twitter accounts have started to use ChatGPT and other bots to game the comment system by pushing their thing up first, and it'll be like the most basic statement ever. Like, let's just say there's a tweet with like a video of pancakes, and it's like, this 95-year-old diner serves pancakes the old-fashioned way, and then you have Miss Buttfuck over here with using ChatGPT Premium being like, here is the perfect recipe for pancakes and meatloaf, and then lists an entire fucking recipe. And then those comments just get gamed up and people are like, man, I'm gonna try that, and like it and retweet it and save it to bookmark. Which gives the person money. Gives the person money. And then the last thing is another thing I think anyone who uses X can agree with me on. It's the steak ads. Holy shit, the steak ads are insane. You could so Stake, for context, Stake is a gambling company, okay? They recently started sponsoring X accounts, like big ones, small ones, to post the fucking gamble responsibly hashtag Stake in their videos, photos. Like, I literally saw one of a man jumping off of a fucking bridge to his death. Like, full on committing suicide because less censorship on X now. I literally saw someone commit suicide, and at the bottom of the fucking video, it said "gamble responsibly," and it had the fucking steak thing. The steak is all the steak ads are too far. I don't I know that they probably pay well, right, to get their name out there everywhere, but everyone on that platform is so fucking tired of seeing them. Literally, I would rather legit go on any of the platforms we're going to be talking about here that has their flaws than go on X and see another steak ad. Hi, this is Editing Trenton here. I found out while doing research, grabbing screenshots, that steak is actually no longer allowed to advertise on X. TLDR, X's legal team came in and stopped them, but they are still able to run on Instagram and TikTok. So people on those platforms, good luck dealing with the bullshit we've been dealing with. Yippee! Coming up next, we have everyone's social media platform they used 10 years ago and haven't thought of since. Facebook. Now, here are 3 reasons why Facebook is also in the shitter. Let's start with the most obvious one, AI-generated posts. If you scroll through Facebook for probably only 5 minutes it'll take you, you will see a AI-generated post and it'll be like, "Today is my 250th birthday, and no one said happy birthday to me." And then you have all the old people in the comments being like, "Well, happy birthday, I'm not gonna live that long." And it's like, no shit! If you live to 250 years old, you're gonna be looking like a fucking raisin. Next we have Meta's focus towards AI. So, more AI bullshit, basically. So, Meta, the parent company of Facebook, formerly called Facebook Inc., and they changed their name to Meta. Great. Made a nice new focus towards AI, where they unleashed AI bots into Instagram and Facebook to make AI-generated posts to increase traffic of both their platforms. I don't know why. I don't know, I get to increase foot traffic, but at the same time, I feel like just letting the foot traffic die out would have been better than here is 10 AI chatbots, and one of them on Instagram literally made a post faking charity work. I'm like, you can't make this shit up. It's ridiculous. And then the last one is Meta's terms of service changes. So I personally don't use Facebook that much as I do use Facebook Messenger. All my friends basically either have Discord or Facebook Messenger, so I'm kind of forced to keep it on, and I would rather not use Messages or iMessage, to be honest. So, what did they do? They removed every single reference to LGBTQ in Facebook Messenger styles. Because on Facebook Messenger, you can make a style that's like, oh yeah, the pride flag in the back end of your chats. Nope, that's gone. Also on the platform, you're not allowed to call trans people and other members of the LGBTQ mentally ill. Great changes, Facebook. This will make everyone want to use your platform 10 times more. You know what? Let's all drop our current platform of choice and let's all move to Facebook. Because surely Facebook isn't going to go downhill with all the choices they've been making in the next 5 years. I'm willing to place $500,000 it will be within the next 2. And possibly next we have the shortest section of them all. I'm talking about Instagram's Threads. So, here's where I currently stand with Threads. Threads I actually really don't have a problem with. The few times I've really used it and sat down and tried to use it, everyone seems nice on there. I really haven't gotten into an argument. And it's just a nicer and quiet environment overall. But the quieter environment comes with some drawbacks, and here's number 1. It's dead. Now, with Threads, I'm not going to go as hard as I did with X and Facebook, because Threads is a late boomer. Threads is a late bloomer, and on top of that, Threads was basically doomed from the start. When, what happened first with Threads? Well, everyone joined in. They're like, okay, yeah, this new Twitter competitor. It became the most downloaded app ever in the span of 24 hours. And everyone realized, oh, this isn't exactly like Twitter. Let's get off of it. And they got off of it. which now leads Threads with a small but a very dedicated fan base. And unfortunately, that dedicated fan base is so dedicated on Threads that they don't really. It feels like when you start to go on Threads, even if you missed a year, you start to go back on Threads, you feel out of the loop. And you're like, okay, I don't know what I'm really doing here, which is where the second problem with Threads gets to. It has basically turned into Instagram 2.0. Last time I checked Threads, everyone on Threads was just reposting their own Instagram posts. It'd be the same picture on Instagram, and then you go on Threads, and it'd be like, hey, here's the same picture on Instagram. Let's see if we can get more traction. And somehow they do get more traction on Threads than they do on Instagram sometimes. It's just like, and like, I get that it's Threads by Instagram, so it makes sense why other people would post their Instagram posts onto Threads. But at the same time, Threads is more closely compared to forums like Reddit, 4chan, and Twitter, and not Instagram. And lastly, the last problem with Threads is it didn't have as good as an algorithm as it did with Twitter at launch. Because with Twitter, at least, you could argue that, hey, here's the trending tab, where you're going to find what's going on with the world. You can find hashtags related to that. And you can search up hashtags. And when you search up hashtags and when you like more posts, you get more posts associated with that. But with Threads, every single time I liked more posts, my entire feed would be showed up by that one category and not dispersed with different categories. And at launch, which I know they fixed now, so I'm not going to harp on this too much, you couldn't search by hashtag. And you couldn't search at all. You'd have to search users. But honestly, I don't feel like Threads is completely doomed to fail. Now, if Mark Zuckerberg wanted to just focus entirely on Threads and run a huge campaign against it and try and make it more like Twitter, I honestly feel like they might have a shot if Twitter keeps running into the fucking ground. But Mike needs to figure out what he wants to do with Threads, and he needs to figure out how to market it. And if he can do that, then Threads will be set up to succeed. But yeah, I want to know your guys' current thoughts about social media as well, because this is one of the longer Trenton Talks. So thank you for sitting here with me, listening to me rant about social medias. Now, social media is a topic I'm very passionate about, because it's definitely one of the most ways I spend my time, when I'm chillaxing, is definitely going on social media. So to just see it in this dire state that it is, it honestly makes me sad. But again, I do want to know your guys' thoughts on, one of these platforms, each of these platforms. Let me know down in the comments below. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you so much for the support you've shown on Shorts recently. I will keep doing that. And welcome to all new subscribers that came from Shorts. I hope you enjoy the content here. And yeah, see you guys later. Goodbye, guys.